Hello, and thank you for joining us. This is a brief video to introduce you to our the Inoapps mobile application for construction and industry. I'm going to walk you through the background to it and also show you a demonstration of the functionality that's in there and the framework it's built on. Through many years of working in the construction and engineering market, we've identified that there's a need to communicate and empower your remote workers in order for them to be able to carry out their job more efficiently. This means delivering content in terms of messages relevant to the company out to them through a platform, but also if they're remote workers and there's no infrastructure, giving them the ability to carry out business transactions whilst they're out and about as well. Obviously, in the engineering construction world, we have sites that are empty fields with no infrastructure at all, whereas obviously in later developments there may be more connectivity and more infrastructure in place. And really, this app is to really give people the ability to do the job wherever they are, whenever. So I'm showing you this on an iOS device. It can be done on a tablet, but also we have an Android version and we have a Windows version coming shortly. First thing I'm going to do is go to my application. I'm actually going to log out so I can show you the process of logging in. So when I search, when I go to the application, it asks me for validation of my user. This allows us to restrict access to where appropriate, but also allows us to use the employee record to determine the information that's going to be sent to them. So, for example, it could be a company-wide message that's being sent out to the whole company, or it could actually be just a message that's relevant to a particular department or a particular construction site or a particular division. And we can use the fact that someone needs to log on to validate where they sit in the organisation and make sure that the notification, the news they get in their homepage is relevant to them as individuals. So on here, some examples about some generic messages about an accident that's happened, some leaving drinks, somebody that's leaving, some new regulations. So again, you could do it based on skill. So if there's a new certification that someone needs to get for a particular skill, you can actually just target those people that have got that skill to renew their certification. Also, you could do new wins. You could tell them about what's going on in the business. So a way of communicating outwards and using the HR record or the employee record to work out what information goes where. On the left-hand top left, you've got the button and that's the framework. So within our framework, we've built out certain applications. So timesheet, expenses, goods receipt note, plant hour receipt checks and monitoring. There's a good example. We've actually tagged this person to be working on a particular location. And actually what we've now done is said, actually, for that site or that location, this is a list of all the deliveries that are scheduled so that we're presenting him with data rather than him having to go and find it. So for now, I'm going to receive some bricks. Gives me a list of the breakdown of what bricks are on the order, some arch preform, confirm receipt, and here they can identify what they've received. And one of the challenges, obviously, is when a site is in its early days, you might be getting lots of deliveries where the only piece of proof or evidence that you get is a piece of paper that you've signed from a driver, which obviously needs to get back to the office and then ultimately be matched to an invoice. Doing it through this device or doing it through this application means that you are immediately confirming a receipt back to the office and also confirming the details of that receipt or whether you rejected it, any other notes in terms of was there damage or anything on there. So empowering the user at the point where they need to use it. Another good one, checks and monitoring. So in today's day and age, we're seeing more and more health and safety type regulations in terms of doing checks and validations, etc. And within our application here, we can set those up and post them out as work to lists for individuals or locations, and then they can come in and say, right, I need to carry out a vehicle check. So what's the vehicle registration number? I'm going to go check for whatever reason, that one, and it might be that they've been told to go and check it. Validates who it is, who the driver is, date and time, and then you can go through and click the things that you checked, and then enter any comments here. And then you can then confirm as complete, or actually if there was a problem, you can report the problem back to somebody in the workshop that needs to carry out some activity based on that. You can also take photos, so if it's photographic evidence that you want to show, like it's a pressure reading or something like that, then you can use the photo functionality. So a simple framework deployed on a mobile device. We can deliver whatever applications people want out there. So if they don't want expenses, we don't put it in the framework. But the whole idea is actually we've got a platform on which we can use to enable people in the remote workforce and also deliver news and notifications to them. I hope that's been really useful. Any questions, please give us a call. Either email us at info@inoapps.com or give us a call on 0870 11 22 000 and ask for Phil Wilson. Cheers. Bye-bye.